message has arrived.
Polio.
Message 1 of 47, received today, at 12:01 p.m. out for my break.
Children now risk a disease which could paralyze them for life. UNICEF says tackling the disease must be a global priority.
That is BBC correspondent Imogene Foles reporting. And more on these stories at townhall.com.
Sweet Financial Group is not an offer. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public... Founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience,
served on the classic rocks.
We are in southern Montana, Highway 212. Now we gotta pass them. Come on. Pick up the speed. 98% grade.
Amarillo by morning. Amarillo's where I'll be.
This is Lane Deer, Rosebud, Montana.
Iranian-firing ballistic missiles. Well, just be happy they didn't land. Take that as a win. Don't fight back, because we're not going to support you in your efforts. Donald Trump, win your war against radical Islamic terrorism. And the reason Iran got so rich, they weren't getting rich under Donald Trump because his sanctions worked and it was impoverishing the entire country of Iran, probably bringing them to the brink of a revolution that would have taken the radical Islamic terrorists out, but Kamala doesn't want you to say the word radical Islamic terrorist. It is pretty unbelievable. And, you know, we're going to have Ronnie Jackson on later. He actually put a post up yesterday, I think it was on X. If Kamala's trying to inspire another crazy lunatic, is she trying to inspire another lunatic? This rhetoric is a disgrace. He said it. He's right. Our only hope is to win by lying about Donald Trump and lie to you, and she's desperate. And it really is unbelievable. Anyway, so then she's asked at one point, well, you know, why haven't you done any of these things in the last 4 years? And listen to this answer, or part of it. It becomes
so that's why my plan, and it's a new approach, is about tax cuts for our small businesses, so that they can invest in themselves and grow, and in the process invest in communities, invest in neighborhoods, and strengthen our economy overall. So those are some examples. It's about a new approach, a new generation of leadership based on new ideas and, frankly, different experiences. I bring a whole set of different experiences to this job and the way I think about it than Joe Biden.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. And
that wouldn't be done, but need to be done. I mean, it is insane. You know, and David Axelrod on Big News CNN saying Kamala Harris's habit of going to word salad city when she doesn't want to answer a question, and that was, you know, on that question, and would she be, you know, stronger, the question of Israel, would she be stronger than Trump? He gave a 7-minute response and didn't address the question. I mean, it was universally panned by Fake News CNN. It was on their network. He's in word salad city. That's Axelrod. Jennings saying at CNN, Kamala's a double threat because she can't answer anything. Jake Tapper, she spent most of the time talking about Trump, which she tried to do in the Brett Baer interview. Dana Bash, Kamala didn't close the deal. That's an obvious answer. Van Jones, the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. David Urban, Kamala lost a one-person debate. That's CNN commentary after a CNN town hall. And then Jake Tapper admitting that there were 0 undecided voters at this event with Kamala Harris. And I can't tell you the hundreds of people now that are coming out and supporting Donald Trump against a very bitter General Kelly, you know, kind of disgruntled. He got fired, and they're all furious. Nick Ayers said, I've avoided commenting on intra-staff leaks, rumors, lies, as it relates to my time at the White House, but General Kelly's comments regarding President Trump are too egregious to ignore. I was with each of them more than most, and his commentary is patently false. But of course, Kamala runs with it and is calling the president, the guy that we had 2 would-be assassins, came within a millimeter of being assassinated, you know, calling him Hitler and a fascist. You think maybe they ought to ratchet down the rhetoric? The reason they can't is because they cannot run that the borders are safer, that the economy is better because everybody knows differently. Everything they buy and every store they go to costs more. Everybody's sick and tired of paying high gas and energy prices. $1.50 more a gallon than you were paying. That adds up after 4 years, and it was even higher at different points. And then, of course, you know, depleting our strategic oil reserves in the process, which was pretty dumb too. But this is what they are left with. They can't say our towns are more safe and more secure because the crime rate has been skyrocketing, given as they tried to hide and alter the numbers. They can't say anything is better off. So that's what they're left. By the way, Trump's closing argument is they broke it, Trump will fix it. That's a pretty good closing argument. And it just is dangerous, the rhetoric that they are doing, invoking Hitler every 5 seconds. And like the media just goes along with it, no problem. You know, why wasn't it done over the last 4 years? You know, well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, and I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. Like, here we go again. The community is about the community inside the community, where the people of the community are part of the community for the community's sake. It just, And she just doubles down on the fascist comments and the Nazi analogies, and and then admits she wants to offer amnesty to illegal immigrants, admitting now that she wants to eliminate the Senate filibuster. I mean, this campaign is going as hardcore, vile, vicious as I've ever seen it, and they do it every 2 and 4 years. The usual mantra: Republicans, racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, transphobic. They want dirty air and water, and they want grandma and grandpa to steal their Social Security and throw them over a cliff, none of which is true. And Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. I told you that they were going to do this. They'll claim that J.D. Vance Victor Davis Hanson. Yeah, they claim J.D. Vance was weird. The only weird people in this campaign is this campaign. And that would be Kamala Harris and
Indian
Tim Walz.
Reservation.
Or that,
Ashland,
and Kamala Harris,
Rosebud, Montana.
That Donald Trump was exhausted and senile. They tried that didn't work. They gave up on that. And falsely claiming that, Joe Biden, he was so sharp. Nobody in America believes that. And she saw him closer, up front, and closer than anybody. Now it's a fascist dictator, unfit for office. Let's stick with that closing argument. Because they can't run on, are you better off than you were? Everything that they have tried has flipped, it has flopped. Every position she's ever taken, she is now distancing herself from. Even positions when she lays out a new plan. Oh, we're going to go after price gauging. Then, no, maybe we won't go after price gauging. Well, we're going to give benefits only to African-American men. Oh, that's right, that would be unconstitutional. I didn't mean what I said. Because she can't state her radicalism. And the media's been complicit, abusively biased and corrupt. I said journalism was dead in 2007 and 8. I have no idea how right I was. And their closing argument ignores the fact that Americans go shopping, see the border chaos, they put gas in their car, they see their towns and cities less safe and secure, and they see a world that's an absolute mess that has been turned upside down. Donald Trump was president. No, he's not going to terminate the Constitution. No, he doesn't like Adolf Hitler. No, he's not going to use the army to arrest people. They just keep ratcheting it up to a point where you, maybe low information voters, as Rush would call them, maybe they're buying this garbage, but I don't think so. And why didn't she do any of these things over the last 4 years? Anyway, 800-941-SEAN is our number. Sweet Baby James was in the Navy. And I've actually looked at his account on govx.com, govx.com. Now, if you have served or are serving in the military, law enforcement, if you're a first responder, if you're even a teacher, in other words, if you serve your community or served your community or your country, govx.com is absolutely free, govx.com. You get a free membership, never pay a penny, and you go online, and everything you're going to buy anyway, you get up to 40% off on. You get Ray-Bans, incredible deals on Ray-Bans, Oakley, Yeti, North Face, up to 40% off amazing vacations. For example, up to $1,000 off all cruises, like with Norwegian Cruise Lines. Real money in your pocket, just because of your service and your community and your country. It's a pretty cool thing to give people for free. And if you go to govx.com right now and use my first name, Sean, as a promo code, well, we'll give you 50.
Rock Radio.
getsolar2.com. Claim a free solar panel and free gifts. Go to getsolar2.com now.
This is Sirius XM Patriots Channel 120.
Brenda, you're a fine girl, what a great wife you'd be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. How many of you, heard about General Kelly's remarks, but you didn't hear that over 200 retired U.S. military generals, admirals signed a letter on Monday that former President Donald Trump endorsing him? Or how many union members, rank and file, are supporting Trump? How many unions that normally would endorse the Democratic candidate are not endorsing Kamala Harris, including the Teamsters? They're the party now of coastal elites in Hollywood, New York, and D.C. And Republicans are the party of working men and women, people that make the country great.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office.
number 800-941-SEAN, a number you want to be a part of the program. The FBI calls it house stealing. I have been telling you about this now for over a year. It is a huge problem. These scammers now targeting American property and homeowners, and everybody's titled. I think in Trump, it
you have 3 hours and 39 minutes of remaining drive time.
County, I would go out of my way to patronize that McDonald's and say thank you to those employees and sorry that they have to live through that. I don't want anybody living through that. This is where, you know, this rhetoric after not one but two would-be assassins and an assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. I mean, when are they going to stop? Where is the line for them? Speaking of, you know, the Democrats being the party of coastal elites, oh, Michael Keaton is berating Trump and Musk supporters saying their heroes think that they're stupid. Oh, great. Why don't you just stick to acting? And he's not a very good actor anyway, in my view. It's Senate Democrats, by the way, are now targeting McDonald's. Did you know that? I meant to bring this up. Dave McCormick was now leading against Bob Casey. Bob Casey won't even mention he's a Democrat in his ads. Bob Casey, who is highlighting all of his agreements with Trump, even though he's a 99% Harris and Biden supporter and voter, is, you know, basically slamming his opponent, retaliating against McDonald's.
Go back to work.
But you have Casey, you have
Keep brakes over.
Warren, Ron Wyden, issuing a letter to the CEO of McDonald's, castigating the company for reported price gouging a day after Trump worked a fryer as at a franchise of the fast food chain. And by the way, there is no price gouging. The average grocery store profit margin is 1.6. It is Harris-Biden inflation that has caused the higher costs of everything you buy at every store you go to. And this is what we're now going to intimidate McDonald's? Thank God for McDonald's. I wish I could eat McDonald's if I could. I can't, because I try to take care of my health a little bit. Don't do everything right, but I wish I could. Linda, do I love McDonald's? Yes, sir, you can tell the truth. Yeah, you and Wendy's. And White Castle. And cheese steaks. I love it all. And thin crust pizza now. I haven't moved to that. With extra cheese and onions on everything. Anyway, there's a full-blown scandal. The Biden-Harris administration allegedly now covering up an internal study that they had in 2023 that would have rendered its moratorium on natural gas projects unnecessary. But get this, according to the House Oversight Accountability Committee, the White House Department of Energy paused permitting for liquefied natural gas fracking and gas exports in January. A policy the critics said would cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of jobs, and allow time for the federal study on these projects' environmental, economic, national security impact. That study, according to federal officials, wouldn't be completed until early 2025, effectively throwing the brakes on dozens of major, energy and fossil fuel projects. According to a letter, the Republican leaders on the House Oversight Committee that they sent to Jennifer Granholm on Wednesday, there is evidence that the Department of Energy already conducted this study months before announcing the policy, and the lawmakers added that the agency has sought to stonewall information and request to obtain the study. I mean, the latest example that they don't care. It's unbelievable. By the way, what do you call it when you offer somebody something of great worth and value? I don't know. Where I grew up in New York, they have a term for that. If Kamala Harris now doubling down on her amnesty promise, you think the tens and tens of millions, or the 12.5 million that came in under Harris and Biden, you get a passport, probably cost you $10 million in New Zealand or Australia if you can even get it, if you have to spend years there. Something of great value, an American passport. You give it to somebody for free. Just say, we don't care, we'll ignore the fact that you broke our laws, didn't respect our sovereignty, and you came into the country illegally, broke the law. We'll give you free housing, healthcare, education, college tuition, we'll give you free everything. We'll give you free illegal driver's licenses, sex change surgery, if anyone want a sex change surgery. What about student loan money forgiveness? It feels like they're trying to influence people with incentives. What do you call that? Everyone knows the answer. New studies showing Harris, Biden illegals are costing you, the taxpayers, $150 billion every single year. The federal government alone spent $67 billion on Harris illegals in 2023, more than $6.6 billion earmarked for education, over $25 billion doled out in medical costs. Federal welfare programs ate up $11.5 billion. Law enforcement costs $23.1 billion. CNBC, Forbes, Rasmussen, those are real polls. Polls also show military vets support Donald Trump over Harris dramatically, well into the 60s. Donald Trump has surged ahead of Harris nationally in that poll, in these polls. That means, is it possible he could win the popular vote? I don't know. Doesn't matter. What matters, the Electoral College. Donald Trump leading is a big deal. If you want to go back and compare where we were this day in 2020, Joe Biden's favorability was plus 17.7. Kamala's is 2.7. That is a net gain for Trump of 15. If you look at the top battlegrounds, Joe Biden was up 4.2. Now Donald Trump is up a point. The 5.1% swing. If you look at 2020, it was national average. Joe Biden was up 7.9. Today, Kamala's up 0.2. I mean, it's a dramatic turnaround. And then you can look at some of the other polls. North Carolina, Donald Trump up in the Bloomberg poll. Georgia, Donald Trump up there also. Direction of the country, 64% wrong track. I've seen numbers as high as 79% saying that. Congressional vote, now Republicans are leading. They've been down in that. Job approval, I mean, the disapproval rate of Biden is just overwhelming, and he's not doing well. If you look head-to-head, Emerson in North Carolina, Trump by 2. You have Marist, Trump by 2, North Carolina. Numerous polls show Donald Trump with a comfortable lead.
When you're ready to pass me, come on up.
And you have now Dave McCormick has 3 or 4 polls that show that he's winning. Moreno is now beginning to win in Ohio. I hope if you vote for
come on,
Donald
both
Trump,
of you.
you will
Come
vote
on.
for a Republican House and Senate. It will make life easier to get the MAGA agenda to get this country back on track that way. I'd like to see that happen for sure. Pennsylvania, 50-49 Trump, Franklin and Marshall. 1-point race with Emerson as well, 49-48.
Y'all clear.
In Emerson has Wisconsin, Trump up by 1, 49-48. It's very close. North Carolina up by 2. I mean, but there's, so I would say that my admonition, my warning is that if you live in Georgia, if you live in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, just assume your vote is going to determine the outcome of this election. And if you stay home, it's a bad idea. Because we will, in the end, get the government we deserve. If you want the radical Green New Deal, the elimination of the filibuster, if you want the Supreme Court stacked, if you want statehood for D.C. and Puerto Rico, if you want the elimination of private health insurance, those are her stated positions. If you want to defund, dismantle, reimagine ICE and the police, if you want somebody that wants to ban fracking and has said so repeatedly and eliminate offshore drilling, we could be the richest country on earth. We have more natural resources, hundreds and hundreds of years worth. If you want free housing, food, healthcare, education, and sex change operations for illegals and amnesty for illegal immigrants, then don't vote or vote for Kamala. Because that's what you're going to get. Defund, dismantle, no bail laws. If you want a mandatory gun buyback, vote for Kamala. I can't understand this about there's millions of gun owners that have not voted or not registered. And the same with Christians. And are you not concerned about, your Second Amendment rights? If you're Christian, are you not concerned about the position of Tim Walz and the position out in California, gender-affirming treatment for children without parental consent? I guess I'd be concerned. Are you concerned about no restrictions on abortion, late-term abortion? 1, 7, 8, and 9, when you're talking about infanticide and a child that's viable outside the womb? Doesn't this sound a little extreme to you? Anyway, 800-9, I hope you register. All the information, public service, Hannity.com, and when early voting starts and stops. Want to save you money in this tough Harris-Biden economy? One way to do it is switch to my cell phone provider. That's Pure Talk. The beauty is you don't sacrifice service. service because they use the same exact cell tower, same exact 5G network, same service as AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. You pay about half the price. Average family saves close to $1,000 a year. They have better plans, more affordable. For $25 with Pure Talk, you can get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 5 gigs of data, which is more than enough for 95% of people, plus mobile hotspot, and you get roaming in 50+ countries. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. No contract to sign, no activation fee. You keep your phone, you keep your phone number. And don't fall for the, sign away your life for 2 or 3 years and we'll give you a free phone. You'll more than pay for it 5 times over. Pound 250, keyword save now.
My name is Preston James. I've been a stock and options trader for 23 years. I used to be an active swing trader, but that all changed once I discovered my Money Press weekly paycheck method. These days, I'm a passive trader, hauling in more cash while being able to sleep at night than I ever dreamed possible. I'm passionate about the market and I like to keep it simple. My methods are changing thousands of lives and I'm confident it can change yours. But let the proof do the talking. By going to accountproof.com, that's accountproof.com, you'll see a 7-minute video revealing how my Money Press method grew a $54,000 account to $174,000 in less than 9 months. That works out to 5.8% per week. You'll see the proof right inside my real brokerage account. This isn't about overnight riches, but once you discover this for yourself, you can start on this same path overnight. You're 7 minutes away from changing everything you thought you knew about trading and investing. Go to accountproof.com to get started. That's accountproof.com.
We live in uncertain times as we face war, the rise of digital currencies, and record high inflation. The ability to protect our savings and hold on to wealth we can pass down gets harder every day. That's why Preserve Gold is giving away a no-cost, no-obligation free wealth protection guide to help protect the retirement of countless Americans who are turning to tangible assets like